Hello everybody, Raven Knight here, and welcome back to another monthly update video. It is the month of February, the month of love as we draw close to Valentine's Day. It's Black History Month, and it's also the month we get the brand new For Honor hero. So there's a lot going on this month, and there's so much I want to tell you, but guys, today I'm going to keep things somewhat brief if I can. Instead of a super long video going into deep detail on every single update, I'm going to try and be as concise as possible because there's some heavy stuff I want to talk about today, but we'll get into all that in just a second. Before we get into the serious stuff, I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that this channel is made possible by you guys, who support me constantly with your views, subscriptions, and donations. And if you'd like to do more to help, there are a few things you can do. You can support the channel in various ways. For example, you can do it through Patreon. I do have a Patreon page where you can go and donate up to $1 a month, which, hey, that may not sound like a whole lot to you guys, but it means a whole lot to me. Any little bit helps, and it really means a lot to all of you who are Patreon supporters. I really do need to think of a way to keep thanking you guys for doing that, and I'll come up with something. And if you don't want to do that and you want to get something out of it like merchandise, I have a Teespring store. Yes, I do have a Teespring store where you can get some awesome merchandise made by some wonderful artist friends of mine. You're seeing a few of the pieces of the merch scrolling across the screen. I hope you guys will take the opportunity to go check it out. Links to both my Patreon and Teespring will be in the description. Another way you can help me out is go and check out my second channel. That's right, I have a second channel dedicated solely to writing called The Raven's Writing Room. That link will be in the description. All of my writing material on this channel is in the process of being relocated to that new channel, and new stuff is being added to that channel all the time. So please make sure that you subscribe to check out all the cool writing related stuff. Stuff including the Raven Lord lore videos, stories about myself and about my own OC, the Raven Lord, and all the fun adventures that go on there. Yeah, it's a whole lore there, guys. You may like it. The Death's Diary series, a series where I write about if Death was an angel and could write in a diary and tell his stories about the things that he's experienced and things he's seen. The Raven's Writing Room, where I give you guys my writing advice, like different ideas for approaches to writing and storytelling. I do Bible studies there every Sunday. Right now we're going through the book of Romans and having a great time doing it. I read stories there too, such as Troy and Frost, a story created by myself and my buddy Jay. Story sharing, where I share other stories with you guys, not really reading them, but just telling you about those stories and why I like them and what I did with them. And of course, everyone's favorite, Fantastical History, where I share with you guys my concepts of fantasy creatures and races and magical things if they existed in the real world and in real history. All that and more can be located at the other channel, so please take the time to go check it out and see what you can find there. And before we get going, two more things I want to say. The streaming schedule. Everyone asks about when I stream. Well, right now, things are a little bit up in the air because of my new schedule at Longhorns, but I'll go ahead and tell you how things are right now, and I'll keep you updated if anything changes. For starters, on Wednesdays are Lark streams. My brother Lark streams on Wednesday nights at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. On Fridays, they're dedicated to For Honor. That is my For Honor Friday evening, so come check that out. We start at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday nights. Sundays are dedicated to Persona 5 Royal. We are getting closer and closer to done with that game. We play that also at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday night. And Mondays are chill and read streams, where I sit down and just read stories with you guys and just chat, shoot the breeze, and have a good time. If you guys ever want to just chill out with me on a stressful Monday night, we can de-stress together as we read stories together. And finally, I want to introduce two very close friends who have made this channel possible. They are artist friends of mine, but also even closer than that, their names are Hannah and Jay. Hannah and I have known each other for a very long time. A wonderful person and wonderful artist. She and I have worked together on several story ideas, and she's drawn so many pictures for me, it's hard to keep track. She was there for me when I was going through a rough time, and I was there for her when she was doing the same. One of the running jokes between us is that she always draws me as a chick, which is pretty funny, and we laugh about it a lot, but she's given a lot to this channel, and I want to thank Hannah so much. You're looking at some of her art. Her Instagram link is located in the description. Please go give her a look and support her. Then there is Jay. Jay and I have known each other only for a few years, but he is such a good friend. He's a fantastic artist. He's a comic book artist, actually. That's his job. It's what he does. And he does take commissions. Again, his Instagram is also down below. You're looking at some of his art on the screen, so if you're interested in commissioning him, please go do so. He would really appreciate it. He's got an awesome talent. But honestly, both Hannah and Jay are both really awesome talents, but more than artists, they are also my really close friends. I appreciate everything they do for me. They mean the world to me. Hannah, Jay, thank you guys so much. And to all of my viewers right now, thank you so much for watching my videos and continuing to support me. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get on to the updates. Let's start with the personal stuff because like I said, there's some heavy stuff we need to talk about. So first of all, on January 26th, my grandfather, who we all called Poppet, passed away in his sleep at 94 years old. Poppet had been deteriorating back around Thanksgiving of last year, and his condition was worsening gradually. The last words I spoke with him, I think, were on the phone on Christmas Day, telling him how excited I was to get to see him again soon when he was feeling better, and yet I didn't know how his condition would collapse. In many ways, Poppet was one of the most spiritual and compassionate people I ever knew. He gave me and my family so much love and so much of himself that I think sometimes he forgot how to take care of himself. He was a stubborn man too, not wanting to be a burden on anyone and getting angry when people treated him like he was incapable, but he was a man of soft voice and temperament. It was him who gave me such wonderful phrases and isms like, "When the night feels overwhelming, look to the east," or "'Tis a mighty poor rat that ain't got but one hole," or "A story loses nothing in its retelling," and of course, "Want the freshest water? Head upstream." It was him who gave us the hilarious elbow kissing story, which has led to many, many jokes. And he was also the man who could make babies stop crying just by whispering to the crying baby, "Dog bite my cats," in a very silly voice. But the most valuable thing Poppet taught me in his life was to always stay 6 o'clock, meaning keeping my relationship with the Lord directly from myself at the bottom where the 6 would be on a clock, to God at the top where the 12 would be on the clock. And it's only fitting that, even in death, Poppet reminded us once again of God's divinity. The morning after Poppet died was his wedding anniversary to my grandmother, who had passed some years ago. So on his wedding anniversary, God reunited my grandmother and grandfather. And I won't deny, I cried a little when I realized that. So, now that I'm done telling you about him, I will say Poppet's service will be later this month. In that time, I will not be available. I trust you'll understand why. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's a pretty heavy change, and I wanted to share that while I could. Thank you guys for your understanding. We will move on to the next topic now. Management training. I've started my management training at Longhorns. It seems to be going pretty well. The schedule is a little wonky. If anything happens with the schedule that interferes with normal stream scheduling or video production, I will of course let you guys know, but as of right now, we're keeping things the way they are. I'm also still running with online ministry at my church, where every Sunday morning I help out run live streams for the church so that the church can reach an online audience. So that has been a lot of fun, but it also eats away at my weekend time. So please bear with me on weekends because they require me to be very busy. So just so you know about that. Okay, that's the personal stuff out of the way. Like I said, trying to get through this in a concise way because I got a lot that I got to take care of starting out the gate. Because as you know, the day that this is coming out, the new hero is here, which is a great segue to start talking about For Honor, Season 4, Title Update 2 of Year 7. Guys, I want to be real. I'm super excited about the new hero. I think she's going to be a lot of fun. I admit I would have enjoyed not having her gender locked, but that's not a deal breaker for me. I knew that she would be female as soon as we knew that Ocelotl was male because that's just the pattern they've been going with. I know that a lot of people are disappointed. I don't blame you for being disappointed. I get it. I was a little disappointed too, but you know what? It's fine. I only care about if the hero's fun to play. She looks very, very fun to play. Can't wait to go playing with her and seeing how she feels, seeing how she plays. It's going to be a lot of fun, tell you what. I will be releasing a Heroes in History video on her as soon as I can, and an Executions Graded on the new hero very soon. You can definitely count on that. I definitely want to talk about those executions. Also, for those of you wondering, Griffin will likely get an updated Heroes in History, though not a long one, and I don't know when I'll have it done. I need to think about it, so bear with me on that. But overall, everything in the upcoming Title Update 2 looks pretty decent. Not a lot change other than the new hero, but still, I'm excited, and I'm extra excited about the coming of the new year, but that's not this month. That is in a later month, so we'll talk about that when we get there. Now, I plan to do a full lore recap on all of the For Honor lore that we know of after Season 4 ends. So as we go into Year 8, I will try to release a lore recap video explaining everything as best I can. I've also had people ask if I will do an Executions Graded on Universal Executions. At some point I plan to do that. Just give me time. I need to think about how I want to do that. I might also be doing something new. Y'all noticed that I released the theme songs for Ocelotl and the Varangian Guard, but I also did a redo of the theme song for Medjai. And one thing that Lark pointed out is I could probably do some theme songs for the hero skins. So I might go back and do theme songs for the different hero skins that have been released so far, which could be kind of fun. So let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do that. As for Honor Legends, Nibbles is still being rewritten. please stop asking about her. I get questions about that a lot. I'm still working on it. But the next one coming out is Julia Naito. Her legend is coming out very soon. She is my Nobushi. Hope you guys are excited about that one. She is very fun to write. Hopefully that will come out soon. Hopefully this coming week. That is my hope, but we will see. All right, that's about it for Honor right now. Let's move on to Dead by Daylight. I have finished the Cheryl Mason video, and we're moving on to Pyramid Head. We'll be doing Pyramid Head's video very soon, sometime this month, I believe. And after Silent Hill, we've got Felix Richter and The Blight, which should be neat, since I've played The Blight, and I'm not very good at him, and I've never even touched Felix, to be honest with you. I have never touched the man, so we'll have to see how that goes. Dead by Daylight moments will become a thing. Anytime I play a match of Dead by Daylight and something weird or funny or awesome happens, I will definitely be clipping it and sharing it with you guys, just like I do with For Honor moments. So be aware of that, but know that that's something that may be coming to the channel more often. I look forward to doing more of it. Also, I've been asked to give new killer and survivor ideas. I will do my best to do that, kind of like what I did with the Mother killer. I thought that was a creative idea. I'd love to do more of that. Now, to answer the big question that people are probably dying to ask, when is Assassin's Creed Ranked going to conclude? When am I going to finish up Assassin's Creed Valhalla? I don't know, but it will be this year. That's all I can tell you. That is all I can tell you. Just going to move on from that. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you are wondering about that, but I'm just not interested in playing that right now. Got way too much more I want to do. Lark's Limitations. Lark's work on the Vanderlyn gang is slowly coming to a close. He's already started writing up the script for how he wants to approach this video, and he is almost done playing the game in its entirety. He actually told me this may be his longest Lark's Limitations he's ever done, probably coming in at about an hour in length. That's pretty impressive, so give Lark some props, guys. He has done a lot of work to make this happen, so thank you very much, Lark, for all you do. Looking forward to the Lark's Lamentations. In fact, Lark has requested that while he finishes this up, I may do a Lamentations of my own, so we'll have to see. For those wondering about the Rainbow Six Cringe and Win video series, and you don't know about what I said in my last update video, I will say it again here. I will no longer be doing individual operator videos just because they take a lot of time to make, they don't get a lot of views, and honestly, it's just not worth going through a bunch of matches and getting killed over and over again just to get footage, because it takes a lot of work. So what I will do instead is whenever a new season comes out with a new operator, I will review that new seasonal operator, but that's about it. So that's all I'm going to do with the Cringe Win series right now. Unless there is a move for me to come back to Rainbow Six Siege and do more operator videos, that's probably where I'm going to draw the line. Now, to wrap things up, response videos. Everyone seems to really like my response videos, and I'm very happy for that. I want to do more of them, but you got to share with me some material. Please send me any articles or movies or videos or things that you'd like me to review, and I will add those to my list to take a look at, and if I like what I see, I will definitely try my best to review them, I promise. Alright, so with all that out of the way, I think there's only one thing left to do, and that means it's time to do the jingle.
I've seen unspeakable horrors, and I know pain. It's time for the question of the day.
That's right, guys. It is time for the question of the day. And now, the last few times I've done this, I've been really nice and read a bunch of questions of the day for you guys. But today, we're only gonna do one. We're only gonna do one question of the day, and that question of the day comes to us from my Discord because this was a very interesting question. It was asked by Atlas, son of Aquila, do you hope the lore for the Varangian Guard doesn't have Horkos or other issues the previous lore had? And the reason I think this is an interesting question is because I think we could apply it to more than just the Varangian Guard. I think the ultimate question is, do I think that as we move into year 8, as we wrap up this year and move on, will we see more Horkos-style issues? Because I'll be real, a lot of the issues we've had with Horkos and For Honor have been really annoying issues. I've pointed out before the stupid Outlander formula that we have, where we have a hero skin that belongs to Horkos, they do something really bad, they mess up something, and then a hero comes along to kick their butt. We've seen that a lot now. We saw that with Ravier and Afira, we saw that with Ocelotl and Vela, and now we kind of see it with Maddox and Katla. Now, to be 100% fair, the Maddox one was a little better because there was a little bit of depth to it, but not much. So that was a little better. So what I'm hoping is that I hope that this lore with the Varangian Guard is better and it doesn't have the whole Horkos or bothersome aspects to it that we've seen so much. My real hope is that in year 8 we will see Chimera start to make moves, because I feel like with this Injustice year we've had a whole lot of Horkos messing things up. I think it's time to see Chimera respond. I think it's time to see Chimera do some stuff. And you can show the negative aspects of Chimera too. You can show some darker aspects of Chimera, but I think it's time we gave them something to do besides sit on their hands and let Horkos get away with a lot of stuff. That is what I would like to see happen. I feel like it could push the lore in some new directions. Really curious to see what happens there, but that's about all I can say about that. With all that said, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for coming to this video. I know this was like half the length of my normal update videos, and that's mostly because, I'll be real with you guys, I'm in a little bit of mourning right now. I miss my grandfather, and hearing about his death was not, I mean, we were prepared, but it's still not easy hearing. And with all the stuff building up about the whole training stuff with management, it's been very difficult and a little bit stressful, and I'm also worried about the future of like my plans to go overseas and be a missionary and teacher in Japan or South Korea. A lot of stuff has been put on the back burner that I'm very disappointed about. So there's just been a lot of stuff going on that's been things that I'm not too excited about or thrilled about. I'll get through it. It's just a low patch. I go through them. You know, life is full of ups and downs, full of valleys. And, you know, that's just something we have to deal with. And as Poppet would tell me, you know, like I said earlier, when the dark feels overwhelming, look to the east, because that's where the sun rises. And sure enough, it's going to rise. He would tell me that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, go check the description for all the important links. You'll have a link to Hannah and Jay's Instagram. You'll have a link to my Teespring store and my Patreon page. You'll have a link to my second channel, and I've also thrown in a link to my good buddy Havok, who is a far better For Honor content creator than myself and a very good friend. He makes some awesome work. Go check out his work. He was in the Warriors Den live stream playing with one of the teams, and though he didn't win, he did a really, really great job, and I would really like it if any of you guys who do not know of him yet would be willing to support him. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great start to your month. Have a very happy Valentine's Day as we get closer to that. And maybe I'll do a video for Valentine's Day. We'll have to see. Maybe an updated, best girl or best boy video. We'll have to see. Anyway, thank you guys so much. And as always, I will see you in my next video. Take care.